So this is the unboxing of my shipment of children's books, Otter Twin Magic. There were 5 boxes. The 5th one was a tiny little one, just had a couple boxes in it. But now I'm going to open one of the big boxes. Got some packing material on top. Nice to see that they're well packaged. And there they are. It's pretty good packaging them, although they did stick the books into a corner, which has a high probability of a box getting dropped and hitting a corner and then damaging the corner of the books, which is not a good thing. When I worked in packaging, we've always been told never to put the product into the corner of the box. You always use a box that's large enough so you can scoot the product over and not have the corner of the product in the corner of the boxes. Couldn't get dust jackets for these. They just don't make them for this size of book. Okay, so here's the books. I've taken them all out of the boxes now and sorted through them and found out exactly how many I had and what problems any of them might have, if any. So I ordered exactly 100 from IngramSpark, and I received 102, which is pretty common when most manufacturers send you a whole bunch of any one product. They usually put in a few extra because they expect there's going to be some flaws, some damage in the shipping. There were only 2 that were pretty bad that I wouldn't sell to anyone. These are they. The first one, if you can see, the spine is messed up here. It looks like the gluing process, it got crushed or squished or something, but the spine is pretty messed up. It still works, the book works okay, but cosmetically, to me, it's unacceptable. Other people might say it's fine. Some people wouldn't care much. It's going to be a children's book anyway. Kids are going to throw it around, chew on it, do all that, but I wouldn't sell it to someone. This is the other bad one. It looks just fine from the outside. However, when you open it up, you'll notice, oh my goodness, the interior is upside down. Maybe if the book gets really popular, this, particular, mistake will become like a super duper collector's item or something. But for now, I'm not going to sell it to anyone. Just because a book is not supposed to be upside down on the inside. But it is kind of a fun mistake. A lot of them had scratches on the back. Not really bad scratches, just a little bit of scratching to the finish. I don't even know if you can see it in the video, but a lot of them seem to have a scratch that kind of goes from this corner up that way. And I'm assuming it might be because of the machine that they're produced on. The machine, once it does something, it spits them out in this direction or whatever, and it makes a little scratch some of the time. Some of them don't have it, but a lot of them do. Again, it's really cosmetic. You can hardly see it. If you don't look for it, you're not going to notice it. But since I was being extremely picky, I noticed it on a lot of them. Oh yes, this one. This is the only one of its kind like this. There's an air bubble trapped underneath this, I don't know the word for it actually, but this white paper that they paste on the inside of the cover, they also managed to get an air bubble there. It's kind of cute, but it is a little bit of a flaw. Another thing, which is totally not unexpected considering how the books were packed in the boxes, where one corner was put into a corner of the box, is that a lot of them, this whole pile, they have crushed corners. The corners got dinged. Children's book, kids are going to be hard on the books anyway, but some people are particular about that kind of thing. You pick up a book in a bookstore, if it's got a dinged corner, you put it back, you get a different copy that doesn't have a dinged corner. A lot of these ones also have another common problem, which is that where the cover paper was glued down, it didn't get glued down totally flat. It kind of sticks up a bit. If you can see the corners, this one even shows some kind of paper from the inside that's kind of red. The corners didn't get glued down flat. And it's not on all of them. Most of them are fine. Most of them are very well glued down. So when I try to sell these ones, I'll make sure I mention it in the description. Another problem that most of them had to some degree, some more than others, was that the white paper, when it was glued inside, it wasn't really glued evenly. There's a much bigger gap here at the bottom between the edge of the book than there is at the top. Most of the time in the front, it's just fine, but in the back, it's just a little bit, a lot of them had a little extra glue on them here or there, like right in this area here. There's pretty much all of them had a little bit of glue, which is probably just a residue from the manufacturing process. And it rubbed off just fine. You can't even tell it was there. Most of them, spines are pretty good. You know, there's a few wrinkles here and there, but well, overall, they look pretty nice. I haven't really gone through and checked the interior every single page. I've just glanced in. I don't want to crack the spine. You know, I want the recipient of the book to have that honor if they choose to open the book far enough to make the spine crack, if you know that sound. Maybe a quarter of them have some minor cosmetic problem that could be better, but the books are still going to function as books, and some people are not going to care if there's a little cosmetic problem. Luckily, as I mentioned, I ordered 100, they sent me 102, and there's only 2 that are really, you know, unsellable. So I still got exactly the 100 that I was supposed to get. For the future, I would hope that IngramSpark might change their shipping techniques a little bit, put a little more packaging in some of the boxes, and not put the corners of the books into the corners of the box. As far as my experience with IngramSpark in general, I'm pretty satisfied. I think I give them 4 out of 5 stars. If they shipped the books in a little better condition, I'd probably give them closer to 5 stars. I had a little trouble understanding their templates, but you know, that's a learning curve for me. They didn't respond to my contact. I was asking them about how I get a proof, because I was looking for that information. I wanted to make sure that they'd send me a proof, and then later on I found out that to get a proof, once you've uploaded all of your documents, you just order a single book. And I guess maybe that was kind of duh. Maybe that's why they didn't respond. I read this question, they're like, what an idiot. Of course you just order a single book. How else would you go to proof? We don't need to answer that one. She'll figure it out. And I did figure it out, so it's fine. And ordering a proof was a really good thing, because I was able to adjust the colors of my cover and adjust, you know, a lot of other things in the book. So if you do order from IngramSpark, make sure you get a proof so that you can check everything out. Also, I should mention that I made my order, all of my interaction with IngramSpark so far were in November, December, January of 2015, 2016. And in February, they increased their rates, increased their shipping rates, and they did a lot of redesign on their website, which I haven't gone and looked at very much yet. But some of the things that caused me a little bit of problems with interacting with them may have been resolved now. I think I might use them again. They seem to be the best option I could find for economical hardcovers. If you go to other places and try to buy, just hardcovers, they're going to charge you like $20, $30, $40, $50 for hardcover. These books in this quantity, with these selections that I chose at this dimension, I chose premium color for the inside, I chose heavier paper. With all of the shipping included, taxes, all of that, the price for each of these books was a little over $10 for me. Of course, that doesn't include all the time that I spent making them, doing all of the art. It doesn't include the supplies I had to buy, the scanning that I had to do, the ISBN barcode that I had to purchase. There are a lot of other expenses involved, but just for the purchasing of the book and getting them to me, they were a little over $10 a piece. Not bad for print on demand. If I could have ordered 10,000 instead of 100, I probably could have done a real print run, and then the price would have been a lot cheaper. But I'll be able to send these to my backers, especially the ones that are in really good condition, and I think they will be happy. The backers are also getting some other goodies like a poster and a bookmark printed by different companies that I'll also be sending to them. And they all got thanked in the back of the book. Some of them are even going to get signatures and sketches, so they should be pretty happy. I think that's all. That's my review of my experience with IngramSpark. I would go ahead and recommend IngramSpark to people who are looking for hardcovers. If anyone knows of any other companies, I did investigate quite a few, but if there's a different company that people just love, feel free to leave me a comment or whatever. Thank you for listening. Hope this was informational, educational, and I'll say goodbye for now.